Good afternoon, my name is Ksenia. My surname is Щербакова. This is my project, which is called Childhood and Youth of Queen Elizabeth II. I have done my project with my teacher Helen Silakova.
Good afternoon.
This is the content. Introduction, birth, the first years of life, nickname from childhood, Elizabeth's sister, ordinary girl, preparation for governing, the Second World War, promise and conclusion. Introduction. My project is devoted to childhood and youth of Queen Elizabeth II. I shall start presenting you the material and facts which concern the most legendary person of the war era. Her reign of 17 years and 240 days was the longest of any British monarch in history. No one will ever forget Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and her wise sayings. Here are one of them. It has always been easy to hate and destroy, to build and to cherish is much more difficult. Over the years, those who seemed to me the happiest, contented and satisfied always turned out to be those who lived the most open and self lives. Yes. Princess Elizabeth Alexander Marie was born on the 21st of April in 1926 in London of a Duke and Duchess family of York. She was named Princess immediately after her birth. The first years of life. She spent the first year of her life with her nanny Caroline and her grandparents, King Hero V and Queen Mary. As a child, the girl couldn't pronounce her name, and instead of Elizabeth, she said Lilibet. That's how her nickname came about. Elizabeth adopted this nickname and signed letters to her relatives with them. Lilibet's sister. On August 21st, in 1930, the girl had a younger sister, Margaret. The princesses studied at home. They learned English and French, literature, mathematics, and history. In addition to the usual school subjects, they were taught the basics of economics, jurisprudence, and constitutional law. The girls also received lessons in horse riding, dancing, and singing. Ordinary girl. As a princess, Elizabeth II tried to lead as normal life as possible in her situation. She was allowed to play with other girls, and she never showed she was superior to them. Princess Elizabeth enjoyed acting too, with her younger sister Margaret and children of members of the staff of the royal household. She staged pantomime at Windsor at Christmas. Preparation for governing. At the age of 11, Elizabeth with her family moved to Buckingham Palace. She decided to learn everything about state affairs. Elizabeth attended constitutional history classes at Eton and began to expand her knowledge of European history. At the age of 13, she first addressed to her future subjects. The Second World War. In 1939, Great Britain entered the Second World War. Elizabeth and her sister moved to Windsor Castle. At the age of 14, she made her famous radio speech for the first time addressing the children of Britain who had been evacuated from their homes and families, saying, "We try to do everything in our power to help our valiant sailors, soldiers, and airmen. And we also try to bear our share of the danger and sorrow of war. Each of us knows that everything will be fine in the end, for God will take care of us and give us victory and peace. Promise. On her 21st birthday, Elizabeth II made the following promise. I declare before all of you that my entire life, whether long or short, will be devoted to your service and the service of our great imperial family, to which we all belong. Conclusion. In conclusion, I would like to say that I think she had the happiest childhood and youth. Elizabeth spent her entire life in Great Britain, keeping the oaths given by her upon her accession to the throne. Elizabeth died on the 8th of September in 2022 at the age of 96. I believe that Elizabeth II was a fair, smart and honest queen.